Hey everybody, it's Amira Jones, aka Daniel Kuhn, back with a new video. Um, Everything's gonna be all white. Thoughts. Um, first I want to say this is a Daniel Kuhn video, even though I'm not wearing the hat because my dog decided to turn the hat into dinner on Saturday, so I gotta get a new coonskin hat. Um, so I may come up with another a substitute hat until then. I was thinking I got a rebel flag patch. I may put that on a Velcro hat. But as right now, I just want to do this video while I'm as I just got off work. So I don't know if you guys seen this trailer for a program that's gonna be on. They may have canceled it, but it's supposed to be on Showtime, and it's called Everything's Gonna Be All White. I saw the trailer for it. If you must check the trailer out, if you already have, you already know what it's about. But in case you don't want to see the trailer, it's basically um, America's history told from a POC point of view, and basically it's just something about it's just basically talk going on about how racist this country is, about white supremacy. This you already know the whole spiel. And I noticed something about when I was watching the trailer. I noticed a lot of the first thing it says is this video may trigger white people, and when as I watched the trailer, I started to understand something about a lot of these woke individuals, primarily woke. Well, so if you're woke, you're not white, and I can't stand the term POC, person of color, people of color. I hate that term. But it's just something I started to figure out about woke people that aren't white. They go on some. I truly believe that they believe that whites are superior to them, and the reason why I say that is because, again, this goes back to what I talked about, with critical race theory, and dwelling in a position of being believing that you're a victim. I truly believe that the people who constantly go on about white supremacy in their minds, white people they see white people as being superior, and it's kind of almost like a love hate relationship. They they think they're superior, but they also hate the fact that they're not accepted by them. So, like I said in the beginning of the trailer, so this is meant to trigger white people. Say, well, if you're gonna make this video, why put that disclaimer there, as if you were to actually care about white people's feelings? I mean, you believe that white people are, but I guess they do care about white people's feelings because they truly do believe white people are superior to them. Now, when I say to them, I'm talking about the people who think that way. I don't think that way. You know, I look at values. I look at personality, things like that. I can't. I'm not a collectivist. Woke people are collectivists. The people who made that trailer is full of collectivists, and they cannot look at individuals and recognize that everyone has their own opinions, everyone has their own thoughts, no matter if they look similar to one another or not. They think for themselves. But these people, they don't think for them. They can't think for themselves. In fact, I would say they're emotionally damaged. Um, they seem the people continuously harp on about being a victim, and in this case, white supremacy. I truly believe I truly think in their minds, white people are superior to them, and they fight tooth and nail to be accepted by them. Because if what is the whole point of making people confront their check their privilege, or confront their whiteness? What's the whole point of that? Unless you're trying to get them to soften up to the idea of you being around. I'm not doing anything like that. Listen, I'm around. If someone doesn't like me, fine. If someone likes me, cool. I'm not trying to make someone confront their appearance or confront their perceived privilege to like me. I don't care. I'll just be me. I'm gonna do me. You know. But it's just something I started to realize. They truly want white people to accept them this much that think that they actually think that they're inferior to them, and they need to, and it's like they want them. They see them as they see them as superior. They want them to be brought. They want them to come down to their level because they see them as being all above them. Obviously, that's not the case. Obviously, no one's really above anybody. Again, outside of topic of values, because that values and merit, that's what really matters. But the trailer it's again, you guys already know how I feel about just dwelling and being a victim. I can't stand it, and that video is just. And another thing, if white supremacy truly is a scary thing, how would they even have how would they even make that video? How would they even come up? How would they even make that? How would they even think of making that series in such a racist, white supremacist nation? How could you get black people talking cash shit about white people on television in a country where white supremacy is supposed to be the law of the land? No one can really. Can anyone explain that to me? How do you have black people so openly willing to criticize, or rather blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans? You think from their history they would know a bit better about how things have gone on in the past. How would they think that it's how would they have the courage to even say the things they're saying in such a racist nation? I don't get it. I think, like I said, I think they truly believe that white people are superior to them, and it's like they can't talk to them. They can't talk to them in a way to try to understand. What are the dynamics between one side and the other. I think it's pretty easy. Just if you just talk to someone who does not talk to someone who doesn't think like you. Doesn't matter if they look like you or not. Just talk to someone who doesn't think like you, and then maybe you can gain some perspective. And maybe you can stop thinking that this one group is superior than you, and that they need to be brought down to your level so that they can understand you. And I think many of them forget that throughout the course of human history, groups have been conquered, people have been conquered, land has been conquered. It just happens. Um, all you can do is try to survive the best you can. But if your survival depends on you separating yourself from the group that conquered you, then that's understandable. If it depends on you assimilating within the group that conquered you, okay. But I can't wrap my head around this. I can't wrap my head around this idea that this group that you supposedly see as being superior to you, they need to be brought down to your level for them to understand you. And then and then you have to act, then that and then a nation's history needs to be talked about from a POC perspective. Listen, I love America. I love this nation. Yeah, its history is no better than any. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. I think our history is better than other nations because too many people break their necks to get here to make history in this nation. We've done so much in such a short period of time that it doesn't compare to other places. So I think this is the best nation on the planet. I'd be happy to talk. I'm happy to talk to other people as to why I believe that, as to what opportunities I have here compared to what I would have if I was, I don't know, saying, I guess maybe in South Africa right now. I'd rather be here than in South Africa. I'd rather be in here than be in Singapore. Yeah, I'd rather be here than be in England. I just love it here. And with every nation has its issues. Every group has its issues. But to think that but to have it in your head that this one group is superior than you because of what has gone on throughout history is bonkers. It's ridiculous. And it's like if POCs they were such victims, then how do you explain the fact that you have many who have actually made something of themselves before slavery was even abolished in this nation? You know, as I use in previous examples, Frederick Douglass, Booker T. Washington, you know, George Washington Carver. Um, if I come up with, you know, it's like those are the top guys. Those are guys I think of. I think of a lot. I think a lot of. If I even come up, if I come up with a name that's, how about this for more modern times? Thomas Sowell. You know, um, Larry Elder, you know, Walter Williams. These are men who, despite the things that were supposed to hold them back, their skin color, they were able to make a name for themselves. But the thing is, they didn't think like the people who made that video. You know, that trailer. They didn't think like them. They thought like individuals, and they recognized that they had to prove themselves to anybody, to everybody anyone who's in their way in a way to become successful, in a way to success. They had to prove themselves, and it didn't matter what they looked like. Because a lot of times the people who they try to prove themselves look just like them. Like I said, they think like, you know, it's important to be an individual because you're less likely to think like a victim. And victims are they're inundated with misery, and misery loves company. That's why many of them are collectivists. That trailer again. If you have to see that trailer, maybe have a beer before you do. Maybe kind of calm your nerves, but yeah, I'm not gonna leave a link in the description box. You can look up, you know, you can find it pretty easy to find. Um, but hey, that's just my opinion. You know, tell me what you think. You think I'm overreacting? Think I'm, you know, in the wrong? Think I'm in the right? Please share your thoughts. Leave a comment in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. Again, I'm going to get my hat replaced because my dog decided to chew my original hat up. I got the hat from Canada. By the way, shout out to everyone in Canada who's standing up for themselves. You know, that takes a lot of courage. Um, but any gripes, complaints, just see me PM. I'll see if I can address them. But that's my video. Everything's going to be all white. My thoughts on that trailer. I'm Edward Jones, a.k.a. Daniel Kuhn. You guys take care. Be safe. Stay strapped. And God bless.